Well, hello everyone, and we are back. This is the Uncle Show. This never gets old, man. I love doing this. We've been doing this for a few months now. Uncle Rhino is in Shreveport, Louisiana, taking care of business. I need to get you one of those necklaces with the lightning bolt, TCB. You could be like Elvis.
Well, there's only one Elvis, so I'll let him keep doing that. I will roll with the original lightning bolt. I'll rock it.
There you go.
How about that?
Well, we need to get a UR on there for you for Uncle Rhino. Today we've got us a guest that is an independent artist. I believe he is a singer. He's a songwriter. Not really. I told him beforehand I don't know anything about him, so this is good. I'm going to learn about Mr. Gabe Choate. How's it going, Gabe?
I'm doing well, Rob. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Man, I am from Graham, Texas, born and raised, and moved away a few times to do some things. Moved to Austin when I was younger to try to pursue music. Anyway, I've been back in Graham for, I guess, 32 years now, and been releasing music for about the last 2.5 years, and had a little bit of success and just getting rolling with this thing, man. So
you play a bunch of honky tonks in and around Texas?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. I play lots of honky tonks and lots of little bar and grills too, and all of that. Do some solo shows. Got a solo show I got to head out to here in a little bit, but in Dublin, Texas tonight.
So you, what are your influences? What made you get into music?
Well, I guess I had my grandmother on my dad's side, my dad's mom. She was a church pianist, and she would drag me to church and also to choir practice and stuff like that. And she actually stuck me in the choir when I was, 8 or 9 years old, and was raised around all that. And then my maternal grandfather, my mom's dad, he was a World War II vet, and he played harmonica, and he would sit on the porch and make up songs, and all of them I can't do on the air, but he'd like sing a little line and play it harmonica, and harmonica was actually my first instrument to play, but
says I can't play them all on the air. I got music like Larry Pierce out there, and I can't put it all out there.
Right. But yeah, that's what got me started. And of course, I started picking up guitar when I was in early teens and was into Metallica and AC/DC and all that kind of stuff, and played in rock bands forever. And I guess 28 years ago, something like that, started getting into country and been doing country and a little bit of blues here and there ever since.
Was there any country artists in particular that swayed you away from the rock and Metallica?
Oh, absolutely. I remember of course I grew up, the country music was everywhere here in Texas. Of course, I'm a huge Merle Haggard fan, heard it my whole life, love it to death, love him. Waylon Jennings, George Strait, long when I started in high school and chasing girls and stuff, you had George Strait playing in your truck too, right along there, along with the Metallica. And then as I got a little older, and started getting into the country scene, of course, it was Pat Green and Robert Earl Keen and all those Texas guys along in that time. So that's kind of started chasing that. And so.
How'd you meet Rhino?
Well, the first time I met him was, I think it was 2024 at the Texas Country Music Awards. In passing, we were introduced to each other at that time, and then we've done a few podcasts since in the last year and a half, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, we did one charity benefit too for the Gold Star families. You came in and he really helped everyone out too with that. He's an angel, and a lot of people are grateful for it. So he's awesome. He's tribe all the way.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Yep. Went down there and played that event in Conroe. It was, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. What do you are you having any collaborations with Rhino today, or like I mean today, not this very minute, but
Actually, yes. We are doing a recording project together. We're going to throw together an album of songs from Rhino's catalog, and I might slip a few in there as well. But we're just getting started on that, and kind of kicking songs back and forth. And I got the first track that I'm going to sing over. I'm going to try to put the vocals on it this next Wednesday, and we'll see where we go from there.
What's your thoughts about the process so far, Gabe? Is it what you expected?
It's different than I've ever done before. You know, I'm used to going in and tracking it in a live tracking room. This will be my first time to build a track, but man, I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's do it.
So, do you record the vocals where you're at and send them in? How does that work?
Yes. I'll record them. Well, not technically where I'm at today, but next Wednesday I'm going into Rosewood Studios in Tyler to finish up a song I've had going with them for a little bit, and I sent them over that track as well. Said let's load this in the system and let me go ahead and nail the vocals on that while I'm there. So,
me and Rosewood go way back to when I was a kid coming up. But you had Robin Hood Bryant Studios, and you had Rosewood that popped up right there in Tyler. And a lot of people don't know that ZZ Top cut their first album there in Tyler.
That's right.
That was where I grew up, and the biggest chunk of my growing up. And for me, this is like the way that we're building this track. It's not like the hip hop style and everything else, the way those guys build tracks. What we're doing, we build the chassis, and this is all people in Nashville that I work with on the regular. And we build the chassis, and Gabe basically climbs into it. Then we custom build the car around the driver. So it's a lot of the stuff that's their initial scratch tracks will get replaced with what we do, the finished product, and it will all mold around him. And the way that we do it, we have the coalition of studios, which all comes in under Ignition Productions, and Worthwhile Studios is at the forefront of this project with that. And we're putting all this together, and the end result's going to be just unapologetically Gabe Choate. It's going to be everything. Yeah, we're not putting songs out to get Gabe to cut them. We're putting songs out for Gabe to expand his brand, and he's exactly what we've been looking for this. So we're grateful to be working with you, sir.
I'm grateful for you to have me, man. I'm excited about it. I'm ready.
Man, I can't tell you how many times we bring in the artists and Rhino tells them that, and I have not heard one negative from any artist yet about any dealings with Rhino or Brian Cuevas or any of those folks. I mean, everybody's got nothing but praise for all of them, and that's good.
Well, the ones that are negative hadn't worked with us, and the ones who are negative haven't worked far enough along in it to know why we do what we do. It's easy to throw rocks from a small corner of a sandbox, but we trying to jump some sand dunes out here, so we don't have time for it. We're all about uplifting everybody. We'll let the folks that don't want to be part of it do what they're going to do, and the rest of us are going to just turn and burn, baby.
That their loss. I mean, if they don't want to get on board, it's their loss.
Right.
We look for hearts first. We look for hearts, and we look for minds that are open and can continue to try to just be a better version of themselves. And the talent's there. Everybody's talented at something. It's like we talked about the other day, the great philosopher, the great American philosopher,
Ryan Reynolds?
No, not me.
Oh, damn.
No, it was actually Will Rogers, not Roy. It was his daddy. And Will Rogers said, everybody's ignorant at something. And that's true. And also, everybody's talented at something. That's where I added that part on. And that's true. And we find they have to have the humanity. And if they have the humanity, we turn and look at the talent. And the more talent, the easier it is. But we show people how to grow that talent and make it really matter. I mean, I can't give you what only God and your parents can, but I can help you use it so that every single move matters. And every ripple you send out causes 5 more ripples. And then you just got to ride the waves, and that's the trick. There is a trick to that. And or you can just be the greatest thing on the planet for 8 people down at Joe's Smoking Joke Shack,
Right. And nobody wants to. And there's nothing wrong with playing at Joe's Smoking Shack, but if you have aspirations, you want to leave Joe's Smoking Shack and go to Ryan's Smoking Shack for a while.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, there's a place for all of it.
You got a bigger shack, is what I'm getting at.
Well, we've had, we've left Coliseums, playing for 30, 40,000 people. And then that wasn't the best show of the night. The best show of the night was rolling in at midnight. You heard the bus stop out front and the College bar was packed zipper to butt. I mean, people were in there, just poured in there. They were passing drinks across everybody's head because you couldn't go between the people, and the money would find its way going right back to the bartender. And the places were so freaking packed, those little college pubs. I mean, and you didn't worry about the fire marshal shutting you down because he's sitting at the table in the front with his date, and the judge is over here and the sheriff's over here. And we'd come rolling in at midnight after we left the Coliseum. And we had put on a show there, but we got to rock when we got to that place. And it was just pure, and we did it for free. And it was just pure love. And the place was going nuts. And so those places are beautiful. That's where Stardust is born. That's when it's first discovered. So it can't be disrespected. I never want that. But at the same time, you're supposed to be born somewhere and then travel to somewhere. You were given a gift to share it. You were given a talent to spread it. You weren't supposed to just sit in one place and hide it. And that's really where I'm coming from on it. And all that to be said, and I'm about to shut up, but all that to be said is a true diamond of a human being, a beautiful, amazing, good person is Mr. Gabe Choate. And that's an honor to work with him.
It's an honor to work with you, huh? It really is. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
So your style of music, what do you define your style of music? Is it country, strictly country, or?
It mostly country. That is kind of my brand, is honky tonk. Now, if you were, like I'm a Texan, obviously, and the honky tonk in Texas is a little different than it is in other places. I mean, we'll go up there and we'll play several of my songs, and then we may play a Black Crowes song, and we might play Jimi Hendrix, and then we'll go back to playing some of my songs, or maybe some Merle songs or Waylon Jennings or whatever. That's kind of the way I roll with it. That's the way it used to be when I was, going to them rather than performing at honky tonks. So that's kind of what I do. That's what I'm used to. So
you got a full band?
I do. I've got a lead guitar player, bassist, and drummer, and then sometimes we'll have a steel player and sometimes we'll have a fiddle player. But the 4 of us, we're kind of a unit, and then we bring in other people as needed as the pay allows, shall we say.
Well, it seems like you're very, very versatile. You want to play enough to please the entire crowd. I mean, it's inevitable somebody's going to hear Skynyrd. So, I mean, you're going to play Skynyrd. You get beer and people together, or I've been to weddings and they want Freebird at the wedding. Like you're thinking like slow music. No, they want Freebird and they want Cat Scratch Fever by Nugent and Van Halen. I was like, this is crazy, man.
Right. And that's kind of what we do live. I mean, there's no telling what we'll play next. Do Purple Rain Prince almost every night when we play full band, and people just eat that up. They love it. So
Well, it's a song that is very recognizable. It is iconic, and I'd seen Clay Walker did a version of that. I seen on his TikTok or something the other day. I was like, my mouth was open. I was like, wow. I mean, I did not see
right.
Clay Walker doing some Prince, but it again,
right.
a true artist can adapt and do whatever is needed at the time.
Absolutely. And being oh, go ahead.
No. It's about you.
Being like I say, playing rock and roll and all that when I in my early teens and through my early 20s, I'm well versed in all that, and so I being a Texan, that's it's a big stew of music, and I present that is what I do. But like I say, my recorded output is pretty much honky tonk music. So it seems like when I sit down to write a song, it's a redneck song, and that's just the way it is. So
back in the day, did you ever make it to Austin City Limits? Not as a player, but as in the audience.
As an audience, no, I never have attended there. I have been to the Austin City Limits Festival, what they put on down there every year, but man, that's been several years back. That's probably been 20 years ago. So, but yeah, I grew up watching that, on Saturday nights or Sunday nights or whenever it was. I can't remember, but yeah,
I was going to say growing up in South Louisiana, it was about country music, but on Saturday nights, PBS had Austin City Limits. So for an hour or two there, we got exposed to Stevie Ray Vaughan or the Allman Brothers or whoever was playing. And that's where my mind you drift a little bit from Haggard and Jones and Willie and Waylon. Not that you're forgetting them, but you get experience to more cultured music.
Exactly. And like Eric Johnson, the first time I ever heard him was on there, and man, he burned that stage to the ground. Now,
I love Eric Johnson. I got a couple of his songs that I play on one of my shows as outros. Trademark and Cliffs of Dover. Those two, those two guitar solos. I mean, those are just, again, it's one of those wow moments. Your mouth is open. You're like, right. Wow. I'm really listening to this.
Right.
What have you ever opened for big name?
I've opened for Cross Canadian Ragweed several years back, and Cooter Graw. Let's see. Last summer we opened up for Mark David Manders, who's not huge, but he's a big name, and yeah, every once in a while we do. So,
you said you've had some success on the Texas music charts.
Yes, sir. I've released in the last 2.5 years. I've just released my eighth single to radio, and they kind of land somewhere in between 75 and 55 on the charts, on the Texas charts. And so, so, not big star level or nothing like that, but, I'm hanging around in there and just being consistent and turning out good music, and people are liking it. And so it's really cool.
We run a couple of shows on one of our radio stations that is all Texas Red Dirt. And they're based on the Texas music chart, and I guess those roughly 10 to 15 people are always on the top of that chart because they're on every single show. You're going to have Cody Johnson, you're going to have Josh Abbott Band, Flatland Cavalry, and those are like repeat returners on that show. So it's like, if you can get on the top 50 of the Texas music chart, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Definitely a big deal. But see, Mr. Rhino right over there is gonna expand your coverage area.
Right.
That's the plan anyway, yes, right, sir. Rhino?
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to what Tribe is all about. Is I have such I really do. We do as a group of us. It can't even really call it an organization. Where we're
We're a
an
movement.
organization we're an organization in the sense that the founders of the Constitution were an organization when they were meeting in the taverns. I mean, that's kind of how we are as tribe, and we see a need and we start looking for it. And country music is so incredible, and Texas country music is such an incredible part of that. But there's 49 other states, and I don't want to just keep preaching to the choir in Texas. I want to take our message in Texas, spread it around the rest of the country, up into Canada, and then jump the pond and take it to the UK, and not just be where they had access to it because they happen to know somebody, on Spotify or something. I want them to be in a regular, because everything's relationship based. And so that's what we're about, is we're all relationship based. That's why the humanity part's so important. And this is opening the doors for tribe members to be hitting. Katie Beth Mim just hit #1 over there in the UK. Big love for her and Rusty. That's tribe all the way. And that's what we're doing, is we're trying to expand where you can travel. And instead of 50, 100, 400 stations, we're trying to open that up for you to 3,500 and 4,500 stations that are going to go places that wouldn't have normally had the opportunity to come into contact with you. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, this show right here, we go out over 80 plus radio stations every week, and a lot of those are in the UK. Some are in Thailand, some are in the Philippines. The show is, you're going to get all over the world. And that's, again, like he said, to me, that's my contribution on that show, to bring you guys to the other side of the world, let them hear what we've been hearing.
Right.
And
I appreciate you.
And I think we've got a very good product that we're trying to share with them. I think the world of all of these independent artists in the tribe that have come on, man. I mean, they're top-notch people, and they're just people just like me and you. But they, y'all tend to have a talent for that, and that talent needs to be on display.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we definitely got that going on. What do you have coming up the rest of the summer? You got some big dates or anything major coming up?
Yes, I've got shows every weekend at honky tonks and all stuff like that. But I'm also in August. I'll be going to Atlanta for the International Singer Songwriters Awards show, and I'm up for a music video of the year over there. So I'm gonna fly in over there and go to that, and then of course the Josie Awards in Nashville at Grand Ole Opry in September. Of course, that's a little further away, but yeah, I'll be headed to Nashville for that. And
are you nominated on the Josies?
I am. I'm up for 3 awards there: Rising Star of the Year, Country Male, Song of the Year, Country Male, and Music Video of the Year. So
bring home at least 3 of those awards.
That would be awesome, man. I was nominated last year for one Josie, and of course I didn't win, but it was such an awesome experience going. And of course, I ran into Rhino there. He was there with some of his folks that were nominated at the time, and so we hung out just a little bit, not as much as I'd like to, but maybe he'll go with us this year, and we'll paint the town red while we're over there.
Something tells me he's probably gonna be there.
This last year, we had 2 tribe members, 1 band and 1 solo artist that was up for awards. And of the 2, one of them won. It was on work that they'd done themselves. I was so proud of them. They did so well. And that was Celeste Marie Wilson. And yep. I will also brag on Delta Circle. They're an outstanding tribe band, and they're Southern Rock pride of Savannah, Georgia. And they did excellent. They're beautiful guys, incredible guys. I'm always teasing Kyle, but I love him dearly. They're an amazing drummer. They're all great guys. And I was super proud of them being recognized. I don't think they ended up taking the trophy home, but that's not a reflection on them or their talent. Of all the thousands, just to be nominated is huge. And this year, though, you're going to be surrounded by your cousins this year because it's tribe all over the place going in there this year. So it's going to be beautiful.
All right. Yeah, I think I heard they had 110,000 submissions this year. So just to be included is special.
And you'll be crisscrossing with Bree Carter, Celeste Marie Wilson. I'm pretty sure Delta Circle, Maddie and Colton, Megan Irby. Did I say Megan Irby? Go ahead and say it.
Megan
Irby. Yes, sir.
Megan Irby.
And that's the part that's fun for the listeners is the fact that you guys will stand together and do that.
Right.
That's the part that's so beautiful when you guys get recognized together. And individual artists, but together you realize that y'all are breaking loose. That's the way it was back in the day with our group in Nashville. As we moved up, each one of us were always supporting each other. And as one of us got a big publishing deal, that publisher would meet this friend of ours, and then they'd get to know this friend of ours and had the name recognition. Now they got a publishing deal. And then the next thing you know, one of us got a record deal, and it just kept going like that. Well, we're doing the same thing with you guys, just on a bigger scale.
Right.
Who was the last year when you went? Who was the Lifetime Award winner?
I think that was Lori Morgan. Lori came out. She did an excellent job. Super proud of her. She came out. Love you, Lori. She did an incredible job. Came out and crushed it.
Man, I met her when she was first coming out back in '85. I think it was before she got married to Whitley. Man, I was all about me some Lori Morgan. I met her at Fanfare. She was a very, very sweet lady. I think the year before that, Deborah Allen was given the Lifetime Award. And I've seen the other day who's there this year, but right off the top of my head, I can't remember who it is. Who's that?
Brent Mason.
Excellent studio musician for sure.
Yes, he played on my first 4 songs that I cut. So I was so honored to get to work with him. And he's a super sweet guy and just a badass.
He's worked on so many big albums by superstars. So I mean, that's got to make you feel good to have him on your record.
Absolutely. That up to this point, that's been one of my career highlights is having him play on my stuff, and of course, it's going to get better, though. Everything's just kind of building, so
that man right there is opening doors for a lot of independent artists, giving them the opportunity. And you're in his tribe. I mean, there's the success is that it's beyond limits, man.
Right.
If you're the best version of you. If you're the best version of yourself, you allow the light that's born in you to shine. And this is a dark place, so it's easy to see the light in a dark place. You just got to be the best version of yourself and not get in the way of your own light. And that's what we're trying to do. And then we connect you guys, not because you can't do things on your own. You can. But the room gets brighter faster when we all shine together.
Amen.
What does Gabe Choate like to do on his free time?
Oh man, free time. What the hell's that?
Oh, you gotta have an extra 3 minutes a day somewhere.
Well, I tell you, I like riding Harley Davidsons. I've got one that I haven't ridden in a while, and I like going deer hunting. I did get to go a few times this last deer season and didn't really see anything that I wanted to get my hands dirty over. So I'm looking forward to deer season here coming up in November and enjoy doing all that. I have 3 young grandsons that are just starting to get old enough to play sports. And so I go watch them play basketball and baseball and all that. And so that's what I do whenever, and generally I just have to take off, make myself stop to go to that stuff. But I wouldn't miss it for the world.
When your 8-year-old grandson plays soccer on a Saturday morning, doesn't matter what else you've got going on in your life. He asks Grandpa to be there. You got to be there. And
yeah, absolutely.
And I'm speaking for me. That's, Grandpa, you're going to be at the game on Saturday. I'm like, buddy, if I can make it, I'm going to be there. I usually try to hit every game I can. It don't matter if it's early or later in the day. I'm going to do my best to be there.
Oh, absolutely. The
only time I'm not going to go is they had a game this year. It was raining, and I got an electric wheelchair, so I cannot get the electric wheelchair wet. So therefore, I didn't get to go to that game. I'm like, I can't go, buddy. I'm gonna short that wheelchair out. It's okay, Grandpa. It's okay. I was like, I hope it's okay, buddy. I'll make it up to you somehow, some way.
Exactly.
So you are an outdoors guy then? Motorcycles, hunting, like to do some fishing?
I do a little fishing here and there. Like I say, just don't have a lot of time for it. And those are the kind of things that I do have a full-time job. I work outside of music that I put in 50 hours a week, every week. And I took some PTO this week to take care of this and got some stuff we're going to do tomorrow. And so, yeah, just I just go and go and go. So
that was another question I was going to ask you, if music is your full time or if you got a regular job you got to go to.
Yes, sir. I'm a steel fabricator by trade and work in a large fabrication shop. I am a supervisor where I don't have to get my hands dirty every day. Some days I do, most days I don't. But do that, 5 days a week. Sometimes I have to go in on a Saturday morning and all that stuff. And but most of the time I'm off by about 3:00 on Friday afternoon, and I've got my guitar in my truck, and I'm down the road.
You said I'm headed out to the watering hole.
Right. It's time to go make some noise.
Rhino, you got anything else, my man?
I don't. I think on so many levels, I'm so excited about this process, the project that we're working on, what you've been doing, what you're going to be doing. And the more that people can look you up on the socials, more people can look you up on Spotify and the other streaming platforms, and get ready for takeoff, because we're fixing to start popping this one. The first song, I will give a teaser. The first one we're working on that we're going to be rolling out pretty soon was co-written with one of my architects, one of the people who built me, and that was the late, great, incredibly beautiful Melba Montgomery. And Melba was a regular duet partner with George Jones and Tammy Wynette. Melba was incredible, and we just lost her last year. And so that's one of the driving forces for me too, is because it was me, so much of the stuff got put in lockdown, so much of the catalog, and I'm opening all of it up for these guys, people like Gabe, to be able to give that voice to it and take it out there. And I really believe, and I really hope, Gabe, that amazing, incredible woman is wherever she's at, she's going to be smiling. We're doing it for those who aren't still here to do it.
Yes,
that is absolutely awesome. Wally, speaking of social medias, where can people connect with you, man?
Well, I have got a Facebook page, Gabe Choate Music, also on Instagram, TikTok. Of course, got all the streaming platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, all that.
You got a website? You can
look me up on my OnlyFans page.
On your OnlyFans page, www.onlyfans.com/guitarplayers.com. You got a web? You
got to do what you got to do. But
hey, you got to make ends meet, right?
Right.
You don't want to go to that steel mill every day.
That's exactly right.
You got a website, bro?
Yes, sir, I do. It's GabeChoateMusic.com.
GabeChoate.com.
That's it.
Does it keep up to date with your gigs that you're doing, your music, everything?
For the most part, it does. I also have my my tour dates on my Spotify, linked to my Spotify through that Bands in Town app, and also that now some will fall through the cracks, but I always have them on my Facebook page. So
what we normally do, Gabe, at the end of the interview, we let you choose a song of your choosings. Any song that you want us to play that exemplifies what you see yourself as a musician. This is your chance to play. Have any song of yours played you want?
okay, well, I would love it if y'all would play "Hard to Hold." It's my current single, and I wrote that song. It's kind of autobiographical in a funny way, and I was at a songwriter get together with Scott Copeland. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's written some songs for Cross Canadian Ragweed, and I can't remember who else has covered his songs, but he wrote that song "Rebel Soul" that Cross Canadian Ragweed does. Anyway, we were visiting, and he said he was telling me about writing that song, and he said it had big dick energy. And,
We'll edit that out.
It's too late.
We'll edit it out. That's a good thing about being on video.
And so anyway, I commenced to starting to write the song with that kind of energy on the way home in my truck, and that's the song that came out, "Hard to Hold," and that's what we got. So I appreciate y'all playing that.
Here it is, Gabe Choate with "Hard to Hold" on the Uncle Show.